TheSmartLocal.com.
Hi guys, welcome to another episode of TSL Vlogs. I'm Zain and today I'm at Marina Barrage at the newly revamped Sustainable Singapore Gallery because I heard that this is the latest Instagram hotspot in Singapore. I need to up my Instagram game, right? So I have a secret weapon actually, and my secret weapon is Don! Okay, Don, I heard that you are a creative at TheSmartLocal, right?
Yes, indeed.
Okay, and I also heard that you take really awesome Instagram photos, right?
People like it so...
Yes, means yes. Okay, so today, Don, your challenge is to take really awesome photos of me in the gallery. Okay or not, Don?
Sure,
Ready?
let's do it.
Challenge accepted! Alright, so to kick off the challenge, we're now at Zone A, or also known as Red Dot, and it touches on Singapore's plan to actually counter climate change. Do you think you'll be able to make something out of this?
Of course, I mean, every corner, I'm sure we can test it out and see whether it's IG worthy.
Are you ready for the challenge?
Yeah, let's go.
Let's go!
As you can see, they are like lighted panels. Give off a very soft light. It lights our model's face very nicely. I will be using the leading lines from here. So for me, I'll put my lens as close as the leading lines as possible. The leading lines will actually let people focus on the subject easier. So instead of just always shooting straight, you can just tilt the angle a little bit. You'll give another kind of feel.
Moving on to the next zone, it is Zone B and it is called From the First Drop Forever. So for this zone, right, they actually show how Singapore manages like the limited water supply and resource. But the thing that caught my attention the most is this entire exhibit uses shower heads. They put a lot of shower heads to form like this really cool like 3D effect on it, and I think it's really interesting for us to work with. 1, 2, go. No. It's so nice eh. What if you use this to take my picture like as though I have words on my face? Oh damn! It look weird but it works. Alright, moving on, we are at Zone C, which is the third zone, and it is called First World Oasis. And this is where you can find the green and blue spots in Singapore, which is like your park connectors lah, your reservoirs lah. So any inspiration now that you're looking at this zone?
This exhibition really plays a lot on the structure itself and also different texture from different areas. Let's go and explore.
Let's go!
For this shot, I'll be using that light to actually light up his face and also use the woolly kind of structure behind him to give a different kind of like depth to it.
This is my first time looking through the table with so much detail. I've never like sat on the table for very long before.
There's always a first time for everything.
Okay, so right now we are at Zone D and it is called City of the Future.
Yeah.
I know for sure this is my most favorite exhibit already. Because you know why or not?
Why?
Okay, I show you. Look at that. Do you know the song Side to Side by Ariana Grande?
And boy, got me walking side to side.
Been there all night, Ariana, been there all day. And boy, got me walking side to side.
If you pull it like this to your lens, actually, you can see there's reflection. It's reflecting everything. So if I use this reflection, it can be actually used to like cover anything. I want to incorporate the LED lights more. That will pull more focus on the model face as well.
reached the final zone, which is journey to zero. Zero what?
Zero
waste. So this entire exhibit, it's all about reusing, reducing and recycling.
I think out of all exhibition, the strongest on like contrast.
Confident?
Yeah.
Alright, so let's go!
So what drew me to this section of the pipe, right? Because there's a lot of contrast. The shadow from the display and stuff like that. I want the light to like highlighting your eyes. Okay, that's good.
Do you know that this sculpture was actually done in collaboration with River Valley Primary School?
Oh.
And this is actually called the recycling twist. This actually reminds me of a scene in BTS music video.
Best, but I'll try my best. So it's like from MV, right? As you can see, it's like a wall, right? So that wall, there's a lot of color and stuff. Right? But here, I can only actually use this particular column. So I have to crop like a certain part. But I think through editing, I'm gonna make it work. Okay, so aside from the inspired BTS MV, right? From the title, the recycling twist, I actually decided to like twist my camera a little bit. Tips for you guys: know your gears well. There's actually a lot of function in your camera. So you just half press your shutter. After that, I will incorporate the movement. So like this, your subject will actually be clear, while the background, everything around him will actually be like warped.
Okay, so we now come to the end of the gallery. So Dawn, how do you find the challenge so far?
It was tough, but there are actually a lot of hidden spots
Okay.
within each exhibition.
Okay, so are you confident that you're gonna be able to up my Instagram game?
But for that, we will still have to go through the editing process. So let
Okay.
me show you how I did it.
Okay, so we'll see you back in the office.
Hi guys, now we are back in the office. So for me, I use Adobe Lightroom. I like it where there's a lot of contrast going on. There's details, you can see like the gritty part of the photos. I like this tint of blue. So to achieve this, there's this panel TSL, hue, saturation and luminance. I'll go to the hue segment of it and then just move the slider around until I achieve the kind of blue that I like. The saturation actually decides how intense the blue is. And then the luminance is actually deciding how bright a color is. TSL is one of the tools that you can actually use to create your very own tone. It's a very flexible tool that you can play around. So Zayn actually challenged me to recreate this scene from the K-pop music video. There's a lot of colors going on in the back and there's this very harsh spotlight on the subject. So go to the radial filter, draw the area that you want the harsh light over here to be. So now whatever settings that you apply on it, right, is only affecting this area that you've drawn. I want the surrounding to be darker to make the subject pop a lot more. It kind of can achieve the kind of spotlight effect on the subject. So for people who like to edit on the go, this app that I really like is called Snapseed. There's actually a lot of different functions that add like Lightroom. It's free for both iPhone and Android. So you can go and check it out. So that concludes the end of my editing process. And I hope that you guys learn a thing or two. So we have come to the end of another episode of TSL Vlog. If you like this episode, don't forget to like, share, subscribe,
And watch more of our videos over there! Bye!